They say he eats crayons and his knuckles drag on the ground, but that's only half true. Welcome back to the Home Defense Show with Skip Coriel.
And that was the beautiful and sultry voice of Golden Glenn, the official announcer of the Home Defense Show. Folks, we live in a dangerous world, and I want you to be able to protect and defend the ones you love. And that's why I have this show. It's my way of empowering you to accomplish one of your primary jobs in life. You are a protector and a defender. All right, listeners, before we get too far into the show, don't forget to check out our sponsors, United States Concealed Carry Association, shootingclasses.com, Trinity Training and Security, and Center Shot Indoor Gun Range. Without our sponsors, this show wouldn't be on the air, so we thank you all. And now I want to welcome back a friend of mine. He's a Marine vet and retired Border Patrol agent, Gil Maza. Gil, welcome back to the Home Defense Show.
Hey, Happy New Year, Skip.
Happy New Year to you as well. And this new year is starting out, rather rambunctious. We got all kinds of things going on here, don't we?
Well, we can honestly say it literally started out with a bang.
Yeah, it did. A big bang.
Yes.
And it was south of the border. That- ask Venezuela, they'll tell you. Um, Before we get too far in, why don't you tell people what you did in the Border Patrol?
Okay. I was a U.S. Marine, just at this moment, just not active, and then just like you, and then I joined the Border Patrol in 1996, and I served for 25 years on the not only in the southern border of San Diego sector, but pretty much was able to work almost every border, all the way through to Texas, to Florida, and even the northern borders as well.
Oh, awesome. All right. So you know whereof you speak,
A
especially
little bit.
talking about border security. So what's going on with the border?
Well, right now, Skip, we're coming into 2026 with so many good things that we can talk about the border. It took executive orders, not another, not a border bill. It just took a new president to really lay down the foundation to literally secure the border better than it's been secured in probably the history of this country. The resume the border wall, remain in Mexico was put back in place. The limit of asylum claims, oh my gosh, almost 99% of the asylum claims, the parole claims during the Otto Penn administration were fraudulent claims. He's attacking birthright citizenship. And one of the landmark things that we need to remember about coming into 2026 is the Laken-Riley Act. Now, Skip, if somehow AOC becomes president in the next election, she's not going to be able to dismiss that law just because of an executive order. And under the Laken-Riley Act, we have apprehended over 18,000 criminal illegal aliens in throughout the entire country.
Hmm. How exactly does that work? What did the Lincoln Riley Act do to make that possible?
Well, as part of the big beautiful bill, it facilitated the funding directly to the officers and agents in the field that are going to be participating specifically in targeting the worst of the worst. Now, you've heard it said before that the immigration efforts of this presidency was going to involve going after the worst of the worst first. But that's not where it ends. That's not where it ends because we are expanding our efforts to pretty much any illegal alien wherever they can be found in the United States. In fact, right now I'm working on a piece that talks about the fact that right now the left is justifying a dramatic, and I mean, when I say dramatic, I'm talking about 1,800% in physical assaults, almost 3,000% in vehicle assaults. And so what that act does is actually is it's able to put the money in the right places to affect, for lack of a better word, the most bang for our buck as far as, the efforts for immigration enforcement.
Yeah. Well, Minneapolis is in the news right now. I mean, they just had a big deal there where one of the I guess pro illegal immigrant activists was shot and killed by an ICE agent. What's your take on all of that?
Okay, well, again, nowadays, Skip, people are tried, convicted, and punished almost immediately by the social media. I don't see how anybody in this country anymore could truly get a jury of their peers a fair trial. And the thing about this is the few key things. First of all, there was a loss of life.
Mhm.
Trust me when I tell you, and you know this as well. Taking a life is no easy matter. It is not something that law enforcement officers get up every morning, at least the sane ones, get up every morning thinking to themselves, I can't wait to use my gun. I can't wait to fire a shot. So we have an individual that has been radicalized by the left to convince them, and I'm about to write about this in my 90-second immigration enforcement update that I'm going to be putting out every week, that they've been trained to believe that immigration enforcement officers are not law enforcement. They're simple. I don't know what they think they are, not understanding that under the Immigration and Nationality Act, immigration enforcement is a federal enforcement agency. Our jurisdiction is not state by state, it is across the country, all 50 states. We have the authority to approach any person, a U.S. citizen or not, it does not matter, to establish whether or not they are legally present in the United States. We can approach vehicles, we can stop vehicles, we can do traffic checks, we can do employee sanctions and audits as well. We have the power to do all that. Now, the fact that not just the Autopin administration, but many administrations before that, in fact, since the early 1980s, we have kind of turned a blind eye. If you make it past the Border Patrol, you're pretty much home free. Nobody's going to be looking for you. So, in a way, the federal government opened the doors and then began to reward the illegal aliens coming into the country with access to jobs, access to social services, access to government programs, access to free medical, dental, schools, funding, even college loans for free. And so, in a way, we encourage it? Yes. Okay. But the Border Patrol agent and the ICE officers, people have to understand, if you think you're going to go out there and ram us with vehicles, which over 90 incidents already being rammed or obstructed by vehicles, attacked, then this administration is going to allow the agents to defend themselves, their own fellow agents, and defend innocent people, surrounding the area as well.
Yeah. Have you seen the video yet
Yes.
of that? Explain what you saw and your take on that.
Okay, so already by the time we saw that video, this woman had been participating in obstructing, slowing down, allowing other vehicles other than ICE to pass her. And the moment she pulled up to stop the ICE vehicles, they got out of the vehicle to engage her as an individual. The moment they started calling out orders, stop your vehicle, open your door, get out of the car, she was already in the process of being detained. In that process, she decided she was going to put the car in reverse and back up and then begin to gun the vehicle at another agent that was standing right in front of her, who, by the way, just 6 months ago had been dragged 300 feet with 32 stitches to his name because another vehicle decided to take off while he was engaging in a lawful arrest. And so he fired his gun because now she used that vehicle as a weapon to basically take him down. And so he fired one shot. Apparently, that shot was enough to, end her life. She ended up crashing into a couple of other cars. So everybody's going to spin this a million different ways. But if you take a close look, a good look at what's happening, and understand that she belongs to organizations that are out there funded, they are intentional, they are trained to obstruct U.S. federal enforcement officers that, again, they think are not real police in the performance of their duties. And I challenge anybody that's listening to this podcast to name one violation of law that ICE or Border Patrol have performed in those raids and in those arrests efforts.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really bizarre when you look at it. I mean, I teach self-defense, concealed carry law and all of that. I'm not a lawyer by any means, but I certainly have a good layman's understanding of the law. And basically, I mean, just because you're a police officer, an ICE agent, Border Patrol, FBI, whatever kind of an agent you are, you don't lose the ability to protect your life when you swear allegiance to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. That's,
Correct.
I mean, it's just crazy. I saw the video and it's like she got shot in the head basically through the windshield while she was trying to run over a federal officer, and she did hit him and he did go to the hospital. He's okay.
Yes.
You know,
But the fact that I'm already hearing that the fact that he barely got hurt or didn't get hurt very seriously. Imagine if she would have killed him, there would have been the left would have celebrated.
yes,
They
they would
would
have.
have she and she's still going to end up a hero. And I don't know if this is going to spark another George Floyd event. If Minnesotans are going to decide to destroy their own cities again based on what's happened here or what happens in trial, because uh, at least the way it looks right now, Skip, it's a justified situation. It's a justified shoot.
Yeah.
So, but what happened? You got Tampon Tim and basically, jack off Jacob Frey going out and saying, F ICE, get these guys out of here. They're already guilty. Before the dust even settled, they had already decided they were guilty. And then they come out with this passive aggressive call for peace. Oh, just keep doing what you're doing, but stay peaceful like you always have and do what you do. But again, these leftists have been radicalized to believe for all these years, the previous administration to now, that consequences, that there is no consequences, that their decisions don't have consequences. And now they're starting to see that. And this administration, I can tell you this, is going to do everything it can to continue performing the work it's performing in those cities. And something's got to give. And I just pray that we don't bow the knee to the mob mentality.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean this incident happened 4 blocks away from the George Floyd incident,
Yes.
years
Yes.
back. And and it's almost like the elements in the far left, they want this to happen. They're sending their people out on basically a suicide mission. You know,
Exactly. Can you think about that for a second, Skip? And what does that remind you of? Right? I mean, you got suicide bombers all over the
yeah,
world.
yep,
And even though it may not be to that extent, they are radicalizing our children, our teens, our young adults. Remember when we used to get taught in school to respect authority, respect
yeah,
police, obey a lawful order? My mom taught me the same thing, and now all they're being taught in school is the police are a bunch of jackbooted thugs and criminals and Nazis and Gestapo and all these things are being that, and they've been brainwashed with that forever. I saw a recent video where they asked a young black girl, lady what she thought was the most dangerous place to be in America, and she said, in the hands of law enforcement.
wow.
And I mean, what does that tell you right there? Their view is that law enforcement has no legitimate right to stop you, to ask you questions, to investigate a situation. You don't have to open your windshields to talk to them. You don't have to give them any ID. And that is what the part that's really going to, I mean, it's radicalized these people to believe they can pretty much, you can spit on an officer, you can punch him, you can kick him, and they shouldn't be able to do anything back.
Yeah. Well, and I've been listening last day or so to people like, like Congressman AOC and
Oh,
Senator
yeah.
Chuck Schumer. I mean, that's what they're saying. They're
Mhm.
saying ICE has no place in America's cities. I mean, that's what Chuck Schumer said. But that's not what the law says. And this is ICE's job. This is what they've been tasked to do. I mean, this is probably one of the main reasons that people voted for Donald Trump because he
Yes.
would clean things up and get rid of this problem for us. And now he has the funding to do it. They sent what 2,000 ICE agents federal agents into Minneapolis to,
And more, and now there's going to be more. They have they have, I think, 110,000 plus another 10,000 for Border Patrol that can't wait to get in just because of the efforts of Gregory Bovino. But I want to make a certain point, Skip, about the hypocrisy of it all. So ICE has been in Minnesota all these years, up until last week and last month, they were conducting targeted enforcement throughout Minnesota. Bill Clinton and Obama together returned and deported 15 million people.
wow.
What did you ever hear about that? Who was out there raging and protesting and attacking officers or even judges calling them to bring him back? Nowhere.
That's the first I've heard of that. I had no idea. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The only people that were complaining during the Clinton Obama years were immigration lawyers that weren't getting paid. So, so you never heard a thing. But all of a sudden, Donald Trump, with the same laws in place, doing the same thing. And the only reason that we see the escalation of violence is because of the escalation of obstruction. Because now, even last night, I reported on the fact I got sent information from the field that uh, some people, a hotel in Minnesota
Oh,
was
the
actually.
Hilton. I read
Yes,
about
yeah, okay, you read about that. So they were doxing, reporting, sending pictures of our ICE agents going to their hotel rooms, sharing even their government email addresses. And Bill Malusian from Fox News, to his credit, got on it right away. And as of this morning, they have fired some of those employees as well. But we if we don't stand up to this now, in 3 years, if an AOC gets elected, if a Mamdani ends up becoming president, imagine what it's going to look like then.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It'll get real bad real fast. Um, well, where do you see this headed? What do you think is going to happen in the next 3 years and in the next couple of months?
Well, believe it or not, I am optimistic, Skip. I am optimistic. I think that little by little, the Greg Bovino style enforcement, the interior enforcement is gaining traction. There is a lot more approval and acceptance going on if we stay the course. The problem I'm looking at is that it's not the detractors on the outside that are going to be our problem. It's those Mayorkas auto pen leftovers throughout DHS, CBP, Border Patrol, and ICE within that do not want to see Border Patrol doing interior enforcement. But not only is Donald Trump handling the what you can see out there in the public right now, he's handling the back door of this. HB1 visas, all those legitimate immigration entries that the AutoPen administration maxed out and abused and allowed anybody to use, those are getting a close look now. And the truth of it is that we're going to start seeing a lot more reform on the immigration system in this country from the inside out. And most Americans probably won't even realize it till later on as we go. But I think and I believe that as the people see more and more of our society improve with the removal of the criminals, the removal of the organizations and the cartels and the control of the cartels, and with more and more people self-deporting, that they will start to see the realities of that as we go. There'll always be detractors. But I do believe that this next year, and I'll make a prediction to you that I think Kilmar Obrego will also be eventually and finally deported for good.
Ah, good, good. Uh, what I really would like to see happen, I would like to see some of these politicians that are basically, in my mind, they're obstructing justice. They're fomenting, rebellion. Like the mayor of Minneapolis,
Yes.
Tim Walz. I mean, that's basically what they're doing. They're obstructing justice, and that's a crime. And I would love to see one of these guys go to prison. I mean, and I
Oh,
think once that happens, the rest of the gaggle will be less likely to put their freedom on the line to go out and foment all this. But basically, they want to burn America down. If we can't have America, if we can't control America, then we're going to burn it down from the inside. And if we can't have it, you can't have it either. And it's sad, it's disgusting, but that
Yes.
seems to be the reality.
I agree 100% with that. It's so interesting that Schumer, Pelosi, Obama, Hillary Clinton, all were, if you can go get their speeches on how they were so against illegal immigration. Schumer even said that it's a scam, that they come here just to scam us and to take advantage of our government. And so what changed, guys? What changed from all that? And so I would also, like you, love to see some of these people be accountable, go to jail. But I was watching recently the congressional investigation, and there's no decorum, there's no agenda, there's no quorum, there's no any kind of rule anymore. It's just a screaming match. So. It seems like we just, it's been relegated to just a bunch of kids. What happened to those educated Renaissance, inventors, the builders, the intelligent men that used to have to, be in those positions in office? You actually had to know something. You actually had to know about a little bit about everything. And I don't know, it's just denigrated to a classroom. Like it looks like an elementary school, a kindergarten classroom, actually.
Yeah, yeah, that's sad. Well, hey, you're optimistic, so I will take a cue from you, and I will be optimistic as well. We're out of time, Gil, but before you go, how can people follow you online?
Well, I'm proud to introduce a 90-second immigration enforcement watch that is going to be power packed. This is going to give you what you need to be able to understand exactly what the Trump administration is doing, exactly what the immigration enforcement looks like, the whys and the hows, and everything else like that. And you can find me on Old Patrol HQ across all social media: Facebook, X, YouTube, Rumble, Substack, and then just subscribe to any of those that you can, and you can keep up with and I'm getting stuff straight from the field. This isn't just right or left, Republican, Democrat. This is just raw information from the field so that you can make up your own minds.
Awesome. All right. Well, Gil, thank you very much for your knowledge, your experience, and thanks for being on Home Defense Show today.
Thank you so much, Skip. Blessed and successful new year going forward, and we'll keep on plugging.
All right. This is Skip Coriel on Home Defense Show. Coming up next, we'll be speaking with self-defense instructor Trevor DeGroot, the owner of Trinity Training and Security, and the shootingclasses.com self-defense report. But during the break, I want you to log into rumble.com and search on the Home Defense Show. I posted a series of entertaining and educational videos there just for you. Check them out, and don't forget to like, share, and follow. God bless and stay safe, because we will be right back.
Firearms training should be easy. Instructors can focus on teaching and not worry about all the complex paperwork and management behind the scenes. Just pull the trigger and let us do the administrative work. Welcome to shootingclasses.com.
At Center Shot Gun Range, we are passionate about training. Don't know where to start? We offer a 1-hour new shooter seminar to introduce you to the world of firearms and help you find training opportunities specific to you. Concealed carry, home defense, firearm safety, AR-15, private one-on-one training, custom training, or maybe you're on a security team looking to protect your church or business. We even offer weekday morning and evening classes. Center Shot Gun Range has you covered. Start your journey at centershotgunrange.com.
Firearms training should be easy. Instructors can focus on teaching and not worry about all the complex paperwork and management behind the scenes. Just pull the trigger and let us do the administrative work. Welcome to shootingclasses.com.
Attention business owners. Are you leaving your website open to security issues and hacking due to a lack of maintenance or overseas outsourcing? Don't let that happen to your business. Choose experienced U.S.-based website developers that can customize your website to fit your specific needs. Appletree MediaWorks has been growing businesses online since 2009. With over 80 years of combined experience, their team conducts constant research and development to keep up with ever-changing online threats. Your website deserves the best protection available. Call Appletree MediaWorks today at 877-977-1364 to keep your website secure and grow your business online. Or visit appletree.media.
Avoid danger, save lives, and keep your loved ones safe. If this sounds good to you, you sound good to me, and I'd like to help you do those things. Avoid danger, save lives, and keep your loved ones safe. If you're looking for more excitement in your life, we have nothing to offer you. But if you are a thoughtful, responsible, nonviolent man or woman, we'd love to teach you what to do if something crazy happens. More importantly, we'd like to teach you what not to do. We currently have over 500,000 members. They are doctors and single moms and firemen and grandmothers and veterans and Democrats and Republicans and members of every faith. But the one thing they all have in common is that they know exactly what to do if something crazy happens. When you're with one of our members, you are safe. Our members know how to de-escalate situations. They know how to calm things down. We are the United States Concealed Carry Association. See what we're all about at usconcealedcarry.com.
Discover the little-known backstory of the U.S. Concealed Carry Association at usconcealedcarry.com.